next we got, another American fight. We got 4 or 5 just Americans going on each other here. But we got Adrian Yanez here versus Victor Rodriguez.
Yeah, and so, you know what? I really like these guys. And Pies, this is like your old school prelim type fight, right? And they bring 2 types of fighters to the table. Yanez is that flashy style striker. You know, the type that's going to stand back and look at you and kind of like just jab you like that. Yeah, so he's that kind of type. And the way he looked on Dana White's Contender series, I mean, that's the type of, reflection he left for everybody. Everybody was looking at that and just being like, what in the hell just happened? It was a really good, clean strike. He could have followed up. Ref said no. Ended that very early. We bet on that. Now looking at this card, and what makes me really excited, like going into Rodriguez now, I mean, he's making his UFC debut. It's on short notice as of October 20th. But the guy's from Alaska, and he just won the Bantamweight Championship in AFC. So he's kind of riding a bit of a high. I just, flashy fighter, old school. Like the way I see it is if the flashy fighter can get tired or gas out or anything in the third round, these are not the kind of guys you want to fight, right? Because these are the kind of guys that seem to pour it on you. The ones that seem to not get tired, just that old school, just balls to the wall, everything that can throw at you. But
especially when you factor in a lack of preparation as well, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's where I think the start of the fight's really going to dictate things, right? Is this guy going to go balls to the wall because he knows his cardio is going to be trash in the later fights because he didn't really have full camps? Or is he really training consistently now, after becoming the champion in Alaska, to just come in and kind of do his thing? From what I saw, my biggest fear would be the grind out in the third round. But I just think that Yanez brings enough to the table, especially from the technical striking. Like, I think this fight could end in the second round. I think he's tired. I don't think Yanez is going to feel enough of a pressure to defend himself, to get tired. I think he's going to be able to, get the finish. He seems to have that, little guy power that we seem to love now with all these smaller weight classes having so many more finishes. He seems to have that skill. And I think in this fight specifically, with the way Rodriguez fights, it's just going to work to his advantage, especially on short notice.
And definitely opens up the opportunity for him to actually finish the fight. So, those might be some odds that we look at as well. What are you thinking about for the main fight?
Well, I think you got to give, Yanez is riding such an impressive public streak. You know what I mean? Everyone now knows about the kind of knockouts that he's able to put together. So I'm seeing something like minus 250, minus 300. I don't think it can be more than that, but it could definitely be less.
So it's actually at about a minus 335.
Oh, wow. So it is
pretty heavy favorite. Yeah, so, they're kind of thinking the same thing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, I think we're going to look at these finish odds and we're going to see not plus money, if you know what I mean. I think there's going to be some pretty good juice there to maybe go to decision.